If you're betting that America's new $100,000 H-1B application fee will send a wave of tech talent straight into Canada, not so fast. I'm here to break down the politics behind the policy, what it actually means for workers and employers on both sides of the border, and how you can position yourself smartly in this shifting landscape. And if you're exploring Canadian immigration, contact Chowdhury Law Office, link in the description, for a tailored legal strategy that fits today's reality. Here's the recent headline. The U.S. has imposed an unprecedented $100,000 fee on new H-1B applications, effective September 21st, 2025. That's a 20 times plus hike, roughly matching the typical applicant's annual salary. The stated goal? Prioritize domestic hires and curb alleged program abuses. It does not hit renewals, only new petitions. But the signal is unmistakable. New, non-essential filings are going to evaporate. Politically, it's a classic protectionist move in an election season climate. Limit foreign recruitment, raise the cost floor, and claim a win for American workers. Practically, it chills employer appetite, especially for roles under tight margins or outside core research and development. So does that mean Canada wins by default? Not automatically. Here's the Canadian reality check. Since the pandemic, Canada dramatically expanded temporary and permanent admissions. By January 2025, more than 3 million temporary residents were in the country. The side effects? Housing pressure, healthcare strain, and youth unemployment concerns. Ottawa has already reacted. Immigration levels across programs were trimmed about 20% for 2025. That makes it harder for temporary residents already in Canada to pivot into permanence. Many won't make the cut without a strong strategy. For tech, Canada's global talent stream looks attractive. Fast processing, clear criteria. But the required median wages in major hubs like Toronto and Vancouver can hit around $150,000. Great for big firms, tougher for startups and mid-sized employers. In other words, the U.S. just raised the drawbridge, but Canada is not throwing open the gates either. The net effect? Expect more offshore hiring, more remote teams, and fewer casual cross-border moves unless there's a compelling business case and a well-structured immigration plan. If you're a skilled worker, especially in tech, don't assume a smooth pivot from a blocked H-1B to a Canadian PR. Express entry remains competitive, and CRS cutoffs can move quickly with policy. You'll need to maximize points, language scores, education credential assessments, Canadian job offers, or provincial nominations. Explore targeted pathways, global talent stream with an eligible employer, certain provincial nominee programs aligned with in-demand roles, intra-company transfers if your employer has a Canadian entity, or genuinely viable entrepreneurial roles. Quality of documentation and wage levels matter more than ever. If you're an employer, build a compliant wage strategy. Median wage requirements under GTS are non-negotiable and region-specific. Use immigration planning as part of workforce planning. If Canada is Plan B, get your LMIA or LMIA exempt strategy ready now, not after you lose a candidate. Consider a dual track. Immediate talent via remote/offshore plus a measured Canadian build-out using the right immigration category. Politically, both countries keep signaling worker-first policies. In the U.S., the H-1B fee is a deterrent by design. In Canada, the government is balancing population growth with infrastructure limits. That means fewer broad openings and more selective policy-aligned intakes. Being in demand on paper won't be enough without meeting wage, credential, and program-specific criteria. For workers, benchmark your CRS score today, schedule language testing, get your ECA, and line up reference letters to prove skilled experience. Employers, map roles to NOx, confirm prevailing wages by region, prep compliance systems, and identify which exemption or LMIA stream fits. This is where expert guidance changes outcome. Chowdhury Law Office can assess your profile or your company's hiring plan, identify the right Canadian pathway, and help you navigating shifting targets from express entry and PNPs to global talent stream and intra-company transfers. Contact Chowdhury Law Office today to book a consultation. The link is in the description. Whether you're reacting to the H1B shock or planning a strategic Canadian expansion, get a plan that matches the politics and the policy, not just the headlines. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for policy-savvy immigration updates and drop your questions in the comments. We may tackle them in a future episode. Thank you.